And we are live, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 72 of the Sling'N podcast. I'm TJ.
And I'm Kent.
And joining us is a whole slew of the crew from Apache Solutions, your favorite local training company in Yadkinville, North Carolina. Tim, Zach, and Frank. Guys, welcome to the show.
Hey, guys.
So at some point, if you've been watching the show at all, maybe you've stumbled across it by accident, redirected from our OnlyFans site. We're glad you're here, but you would surely be familiar with this rowdy bunch of miscreants that we have before us. And guys, before we get into tonight's topic, let's go around the room, starting with Tim. Let's talk about what's new. It's been a while. How are things?
Oh, things and stuff. Man, I'm exhausted. I haven't really had a good night's rest since I've gotten back from Texas, but my brain's just running 100 mile an hour. We got a lot of stuff happening here, man. We of course, Tac-Con, that's going to be a large part of the conversation this evening. But let's see. I've been handling emails left and right, answering phone calls left and right. We're pushing private students like normal, and then selling weekend courses. We got Tatiana Whitlock coming in a couple of weeks. The almost sold out course so far. I think there's like 3 or 4 seats left. And then Spalding coming up in May, followed up by Kent in August. And man, we've got all sorts of like really cool stuff planned. We've got a new course in the books that hopefully we'll be running a trial course in really soon. Yeah, all kinds of good stuff. Had a great Easter. Had a really good Easter. I put everything else aside for a moment, enjoy some time with the family and hang out, go for a little walk and spend time with the youngins. So yeah, it's been nice.
Dude, that sounds awesome. You know, while we're on the topic of Easter, I made the mistake of being in direct sunlight for more than 5 minutes. I actually got sunburned in 70-degree weather. God help me. Zach, what's new with you, buddy?
Man, busy. My business is going crazy, landscape and stuff. The grass is growing in my sleep and trying to figure that stuff out, but also working out some stuff. I'm getting more into the training and teaching. Want to do that full time eventually, but trying to figure out what I'm going to do with the business, and probably going to try and hire somebody to take over a lot of the day-to-day stuff so I can help grow the business, but also do something I love as well. I've been doing this for a long time, and it's time to do a little something different. But busy, man. That's why that sunburn, I'm getting them raccoon eyes.
Looking like a raccoon.
Yeah. But doing good, man. Tired all the time, though.
Yeah, man, that's awesome, dude. I've been seeing, we obviously all follow each other on social media, and I'll tell you, Trey has made all of you guys just look fantastic.
Yeah,
he's got y'all must be springing for the $high photo editing suite, not that free shit that Kent and I are using.
Yeah, it's difficult to do. He's really come into his own. Trey's awesome. He's gonna do some awesome things. He's done a great job with Apache, and even just his normal stuff that he does just for fun, man. Like he was showing us pictures of cars like coming back from Tac-Con, and they look awesome. He was like, yeah, I just saw this car the other day and I just took some pictures of it. And I was like, you had a photo shoot with this thing.
How do you make a Mazda Miata look like a Ferrari?
Yeah, man, he's good. He's
wait.
Good.
That's exactly what he does every time he takes a picture of me. It is no different.
Yeah.
Literally no different.
You're saying he's got practice, Kent?
Yeah.
Oh, Lordy.
Oh, that's awesome, man. Good to hear it, though. Good to hear it. Busy is good. Busy is good.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Frank.
Yeah.
How are you not behind bars yet?
Bro, my wife keeps me centered, so I try and keep trying to stay as home as much as I can, which never works during the work week, but it is what it is. But I mean, as far as everything going on here, just busy. Taking that time off for Tac-Con and all that, but slows some stuff down and stuff gets piled up. So I've just been going full bore and trying to catch up, and it's been fun. It's been real fun. Landon just said he's got a good lawyer. He's not lying.
He's got lawyers like Trey's got photo editing software. Awesome. glad to hear it. So Kent, old buddy, old pal, my adorable, lovable co-host. We took last week off. What's new with you, man? It's been a hot minute.
You took last week off. I was on another podcast.
He's cheating on you.
Cheating on you.
Yeah,
what do you think of that?
Or
Yeah.
Mommy and Daddy are fighting again.
There goes all the monetization on YouTube gone.
yeah. Wait, you guys are getting paid?
The three of them are like, I hate it when mom and dad fight. No, I mean, while you were gone, Joe Rogan called, and I was like, I mean, I'm not doing nothing else.
Oh, okay. So in your head movies.
That'd be cool.
Right. In here, that's how that is. Dude, just teaching the people with the guns and the things.
The things.
Holy smokes. Private corporate classes coming up. Isn't that a terrifying idea? Corporations paying me to teach them things.
That's
hey,
awesome.
Coke is getting serious with their diversity training, man.
No, there's about to be a force-on-force Coke versus Pepsi up in this motherfucker. Mountain Dew Code Red. No, anyway. Man, we're just busy as hell. The calendar's nice and full. Classes are filling up slowly but surely. I have no room in any of the classes anymore except for one of Tim Herron's. I've got 2 slots left for that.
Oh, crap.
Get in there, Zach.
Yeah,
what you doing?
I'm sorry.
So yeah, we filled Jedi's class twice. One student level, one instructor level. We're about to fill Timmy's twice. One student, one instructor level. We've got Bill Rapier coming up to sneak in a rifle class when we can find him a range. And yeah, I'm teaching 8 open enrollment classes over the next couple summer months. I'm match directing a combat pistol match. I'm helping run other matches. And I have like a wife and kids and a job and all that other shit too. So we're hammering it. And old fat boy out here is pushing the keto and running around the backyard every day. You're gonna see me come down to North Carolina and you're like, where's the rest of that dude? I don't know what happened. That's all I got for you. That's
cool.
What about you, TJ? Besides beep booping the world.
Besides beep booping the world, I've been practicing folding lingerie with people still in them.
Yeah.
Right. So not last week, that was Easter weekend, but the weekend before last, we had the American Grappling Federation Chattanooga Championship. So kind of a regional tournament that went on over there, about 2.5 hours from me.
Did you wrestle on a choo-choo?
We did. Fun fact: there actually is a restaurant out there called the Chattanooga Choo Choo.
I know that.
I did not know that. I felt like I would have been disappointed for a missed opportunity had there not been one. But you never know, right? So went out there, fought the good fight, ended up taking silver myself. I made a horrible mistake in my first match that cost me dearly. That mistake, by the way, has a name. It's called doing all of your jiu-jitsu at once. Yeah. It's for those of you that don't understand what I'm trying to say, like when you say the alphabet A, B, C, one after the other, right? Now try to say every letter the same time, and it comes out like unintelligible screeching. Yeah, that's essentially what the jiu-jitsu in my first match looked like, and yeah, it ended before my wife was able to even hit the record button.
But didn't your boy take gold?
Yeah. So that's the next part of it. Is
that.
The bigger proud papa moment is my son took gold in that tournament. First time he's actually hit the podium. His third tournament, and he ended up taking gold after winning his 2 fights. So yeah, it was a good time.
That's awesome.
Yeah, man, good time. So next tournament is in Nashville, so right in my backyard. We've got the national championship. I will be fighting. My son will be fighting, and even the Mrs. will be fighting. So Charlie is registered for her first. Yeah, man. It's going to be awesome. I am actually also registered not only for my weight class, but for the challenger division, which is everybody above 176 pounds. So 176 to literally 999 pounds is up to fight. So yeah, it's gonna be a good time, man. Gonna be a good time. But we are here to talk about Tac-Con. Yay, Tac-Con! See, I had to make the sound effect so everybody watching at home would
Hey, my name's
understand the
Ken.
title.
I didn't go to Tac-Con.
So, Ken, since you didn't go to Tac-Con, why don't you tell everybody at home what Tac-Con is?
And how much you missed it and how awful
Tac-Con
you feel
is
about
when
it.
all my friends and peers get together and make fun of me for not being there. Tac-Con.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well aware. See what I did. There's a strategy to this. All the students that couldn't get in all the other good gun classes had to get into my shit because they were all away at Tac-Con. So I was teaching them. It worked out great.
That's a solid business strategy.
It wasn't so bad, actually. It's like Arby's opening after Wendy's closes. Good move. So for those playing the home game, there's a lot of these industry conferences. There's Tac-Con, there's Shooter Symposium, there's whatever Matt Landfair is calling his. There's SHOT Show. But these things are particular to training and high-level defensive shooters. So this isn't a bunch of product booths and tables and, look at the new whiz-bang 5,000 guns. This is all about Tom Gibbons and the Rangemaster crew getting the best in the business together to put on seminars, put on 4-hour blocks of training. And the idea being that a person could go out to something like this and get like a nice little buffet sampling of all these people that they then want to turn around and go see later on throughout the coming years. So what I thought would be kind of cool to do is I'm going to ask you dudes the same questions of each of you. I'm just kind of round robin this shit, hit you up randomly. And, I want for you guys to AAR your experience from the mindset of somebody who would, if they're sitting at home thinking, should I go to this or should I not, help them understand that, right?
Real quick, Kit, let's clarify something here. So
Sure.
This is a convention for trainers, right? Or can lowly guys like me go?
It's a convention. Yeah. It's a convention of trainers for high level, low level, and trainer level.
Anybody.
That's really for anybody.
Yeah, you can go. It's beginners. Right. There are beginners I know for a fact that were at some of the courses that I was in. So,
yeah.
It was cool. You were there.
Yeah, because Frank wasn't the only one. Okay.
Frank was not there.
Well, we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
The best part of the AARs with these dudes are the stories that have nothing to do with the guns and the learning. There's always some shenanigan level nonsense that takes place. That's always cool.
Like kitchen plant.
So I'm gonna make this hard and then make it easier as the night goes on for you guys. The first question I'm going to hit you all with right out of the gate is, who is your absolute favorite presenter? You have to pick a favorite and then say, fuck you to the other 10 or however other. Like, I know that sucks. I know that ain't fair. But if you had to pick one favorite, Frank, since you're shaking your head no autistically, I'll go you first.
Perfect. I got this.
Pick yourself a favorite.
All right. So my absolute favorite, if you would kept talking for like another 30 seconds, I'd actually have his name pulled up. So I didn't absolutely teaser it.
He's been busy. If you haven't noticed, I kind of zoned out for a minute there. If you paid close attention earlier as TJ was talking, there was some smoke rising up. Hang on. I'm pretty certain he was soldering to some headphones together for Trey when he arrived. Tell me I'm wrong. Am I wrong?
Tell me I'm wrong.
It's a board, so I can't do that. It's an amplifier board.
Okay, so it's something.
I was doing that so I could end up doing exactly what you said.
Good God.
Okay.
Give up.
So anyway, back to the question. So the one course that I absolutely just fell in love with ended up actually being the very first course I took of all of Tac-Con, and that was Revolver Options. That was with Daryl Bulkey. So he's a local that's down there in Dallas, Texas. To be honest, I went in that that class thinking It'll be kind of neat to see kind of like some revolver options and, kind of getting out of the bag of, how some guys are using revolvers. And, honestly, I thought that I would go in there with already knowing of, or kind of, I already had kind of an idea of, what he was going to present on. And I actually have his course description here. He brought up the 5 W's approach to revolver options for today's shooters. Class is geared to those who may be thinking a revolver for defense purposes and instructors with limited practical revolver experience, such as myself, to become more familiar with aspects for revolver use, better assist students with their choices and options. Landon actually ended up taking the class with me, Landon Nelson, and it was awesome. I absolutely 100% would say, even if you're like that revolver, that old fuddy-duddy old timer gun, that should go take the course. Like, it is just an awesome little lecture that he did. Really opened your eyes to some common sense stuff, but just some stuff that you wouldn't think about. More and more often we're getting into more restricted, what you can and cannot use. And honestly, revolvers still fit the bill, even like, places, non-gun friendly California, stuff like that. A lot of guys still run on revolvers, and that's why, it's, there's certain places where you can't run a full-size gun for whatever reason. A revolver may be an option for you, so you at least have something on you. Or use it as a backup piece. Again, it was really neat. His insight on just some of his little tips and tricks and stuff like that he's used, over the past, several years, decades, was really eye-opening. And again, that was my hands down. I mean, there are some other fantastic, absolutely awesome instructors there, but his course on revolver options absolutely took the cake. And he had other classes too, but that was the one that really stuck out to me.
Awesome, man. So just to clarify, this was lecture, not live fire.
Lecture, not live fire. Yep.
And it was a 4-hour block?
No, it was a 2-hour block, I believe.
2-hour block. Okay.
Yeah.
So he went over the, couple core key principles of NPE stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure he told you that he has a .8 draw from a pocket holster with a snub gun.
Not at all. But he actually, I'll let you in a little one of his little things, and it was so awesome that at the end of the day, I literally drove to a CVS and said, "I'm going to go buy some rubber bands." And so it's absolutely ingenious. So he keeps a little pocket revolver, like literal pocket revolver, like a little 340 PD, something like that, something he keep in his pocket, little pocket holster. And he takes some old hotel cards. He takes $2, wraps $2 around these old hotel cards, some other junk, takes a rubber band, and that's part of his EDC.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, if somebody wants to come up to me and harass me and about giving me money, whatever, I'll take that out and I'll go ahead and give him the $2 or whatever that's in that little wad. He said, more often than not, they're going to be happy with what they got and they're going to run off. And he said, if they're still harassing you, they're going to get the next thing that's in my pocket, and it's going to go bang, bang, right? They already are anticipating that you're going to comply. They're already anticipating that something's going to happen. They're just not going to realize something very loud and boisterous and some fire-breathing dragons coming after them. So, and then little revolvers, 454 Kazoo, stuff like that, something that'll put a little, make a little hole. But again, just little things like that, little tips and tricks, and then really breaking down different types of revolvers for what their use, where, different styles of holsters, some of which may actually surprise you, some of which have like no trigger guard at all. Again, some things that immediately would go, yeah, like my knee jerk reaction was like, no, and then he goes on to explain why, and you're like, huh. Okay, I can see that makes a lot of sense. It was just neat. I mean, you got to take the course. If you get a chance, go see him. Fantastic instructor, awesome presenter. Looks like he's been doing it for like 900 years. And the dude is a tank. Like he's a big dude. Looks like he's got a softball for calves, like softball like wedged in his calf muscle. I mean, just big guy. But I mean, just absolute wealth of knowledge. I really enjoyed his presenting style and just I mean, everything about his lecture was just absolutely, I mean, first class as far as I was concerned.
I mean,
Landon was here to do the impersonation.
Oh yeah, it's Landon's impersonation, dude. Spot on.
I mean, to hear, I was cool with everything you were saying until you described the man, and I'm like, okay, that it was like somebody you would think sings bass and he's singing soprano. Like,
oh yeah,
it's like his EDC is clear. Oh, it's tactical reloads with your Desert Eagle pocket gun, right? No, little J frame, stubby, 38 special, 357, whatever.
Yeah, I mean,
okay.
I think you said 326 federal or something like that, or 327 federal.
Yeah, 327 federal.
That was his go-to.
That's another surprising one.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
It was just, he had logic behind everything that he was teaching and, everything that he was presenting. And again, it passed the sniff test as far as I was concerned. So, I mean, just absolutely fantastic presentation. And like I said, some of his other stuff was just spot on too. But he did a thing on Body and Clyde, guns of a bygone era. And it was just, again, another awesome lecture. But again, that revolver options was a very, very, very good presentation. I really enjoyed it.
Oh, I'm say about that.
I'm sold. Kent, let's get him on the show.
Yeah, man, working on it. I'm sold, but only for him, because that dude to me looks as though he could rip a stop sign out of the ground and beat you to death with it. So
no shit, right?
You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, I get it. You carry a little gun because who's fucking with you? I mean,
yeah, but I mean, some of the things that he was talking. So, for example, I'm not gonna spoil it for anybody that's out there, but he has a personal story, and it was wrought with some pretty messed up stuff early on. But his daughter, he taught his daughter, 10-year-old girl, or at 10 years old at the time, running a revolver first. And he went through his explanations, went through his reasons why, went through the exact revolver, and you're thinking, you're crazy. Like, why would you do that? And I mean, just it made absolute, after you went through it and all the steps and why he did it and all the reasons for it, it absolutely made 100% sense. And as far as his point of view, he would go to he goes as far as to say, a beginner gun should be a revolver. Teaches a lot of really good fundamentals, and then there's that intermediate group where a lot of us like to hang out, a lot of us like to stay, and revolver may not work for you, but as you progress into that more expert arena, somebody that has been around firearms for some time and actually knows what you're doing around a firearm, then the revolver becomes a very, very viable option again, because it teaches you just even more and even greater stuff. And I found myself getting my old GP 101 out and really pressing that trigger, or the Chiapas, and pressing that trigger, because it teaches you so much about trigger control in just a big way, and it trains all those little muscles that's in your finger in a huge way that you elsewise wouldn't normally get with a 5-pound trigger, or a typical striker fire gun. And again, the other nice thing about it, and the same thing that he said in his lecture, was you can sit there and put a bunch of snap caps in the revolver and snap it all day long. I mean, just trigger press, trigger press, trigger press, trigger press, trigger press, and you're not having to fiddle fart with anything. I mean, it's literally click, click, and you're using that, pressing that, 12-pound, 15-pound trigger, whatever, and he said, in his lectures, he was like, screw trying to get a trigger job. You just press this thing 10,000 times and it's going to have a pretty damn good trigger at the end of it. It's again, makes absolute perfect sense. And
I wish Landon was on here.
I do too. Landon can hit it spot on, but no, like I said, I absolutely 100%. I'll come watch the show when you guys have him on here. But he's just a fantastic guy. I really enjoyed him.
I'm just picturing the Family Guy episode where Quagmire has one strong arm and one weak arm,
right?
Because he found the internet. Like, my trigger finger's just going to be like able to lift a saw, and like,
right.
What's wrong? Like, no.
Yeah. Yeah, non-permissive environments. That was one of the things that Landon had. Landon was in the course of the lecture with me also. That was one of the things that he really harped on. It's there may be places where you can't technically bring a firearm, and or a place that it wouldn't be a good idea to have something readily available that you can still literally stick something in your pocket and it would still be safe and still be viable use. But anyway, fantastic lecture.
Yeah, man. I've back in the day when I used to have to dress the way somebody else told me to have to dress, I carried a revolver a lot. Actually, I was awful with it, like god awful, the worst ever. But I carried it. It was there. It's a useful tool. So that was awesome. Let's see. How about Tim? What was your favorite?
Oh man, again, it's going to be really tough, but I'd have to say my best experience over the whole course there was with Craig Douglas, his experiential learning lab. That was exceptional. It was exceptional, and I mean, it really sheds a lot of light on all of that work you put in, all of the training that you do, and all of the all the hard work that you put in, the reading, everything. It all boils down to just a couple of seconds, man. Just a few seconds worth of a scenario that takes place, and you have to take control of that environment. And man, it was a huge eye opener. I mean, it really was. It was a huge eye opener. His actual the experiential learning lab. It's not about Craig. It's not about him. There's not a whole lot of him talking and influencing you in one way or the other. It is literally it's designed to allow you to make those decisions for yourself, see for yourself how you're going to perform, and then make your decisions on how you're going to, improve or what direction you're going to go from here. And that's what it was. That is what it was designed for. And I truly appreciated that experience. I thought it was fantastic. So, yeah.
So that's a little bit of knives, a little bit of guns, a little bit of jujitsu, that kind of thing.
No. And honestly, man, there's not a whole lot I can really kind of go into as far as like specific details. All I can say is you're going to walk into a scenario, and something is going to be put in front of you. Just you. And you're going to have to perform. You're going to have to do something. You're going to have to take some type of action. And you only get one shot at this, man. This is it. Whatever it is that rapidly unfolds in front of you, you are going to have to adapt to it and make decisions and control those decisions. And it happens like that, man. It is just instantaneous. And, for me, it worked out great. I typically have learned from previous experiences, don't ever volunteer for anything. But when they asked who wants to go first, I'm like, I look around, there's 17 other people here going through this. I want to go first. I'd most definitely want to go first. And mainly for the reason I don't want all 17 of those dudes to see what I just did. Right. But no, really, I wanted to see what everybody else did. I wanted to watch how they reacted to the event that I was about to participate in, right? So after it was all said and done, I had the time to sit against a concrete wall and watch everybody else go in one by one and react to the same exact scenario that I had to go through and make either the same decision, a different decision, or whatever. And just see it all play out in front of me. And all the while you're sitting there and reflecting on your own individual decision of, I guess you're kind of Monday morning quarterbacking yourself, like you're sitting there going, damn, if I just would have taken one step to the left here, or if I would have done this here, if I would have done that, if I would have said this whole thing, this whole picture would have been completely different. One little small change changes absolutely everything in the entire event. And it was I don't know. It was a great experience overall. it was scenario-based training. All right. So if you've ever been through any type of scenario-based training, I've been through quite a bit through my experience in the Marine Corps. And I can tell you right now, the majority of it absolutely sucks. It turns into a great big airsoft game. And, people are just shooting each other and having fun. They're gaming it. They're doing all kinds of crazy stuff. I haven't had much luck with scenario-based training. That, or it's completely unrealistic. There is there's a situation they put in front of you that's just not winnable. It's not realistic. It's not achievable. It almost makes you feel like crap afterwards. You're like, man, this is just stupid. There's no way I could have won. This guy was like basically camping out like some jerk in Call of Duty or something like that in the corner somewhere with a shotgun waiting to blast me as soon as I walk through the door. Of course I'm not going to win this fight, dude. I love the videos of Matt Best. What is that? Instructor Earl.
Instructor Earl.
Yeah. You're a pharmacist. You have a hand grenade, a rocket launcher, and an Uzi and a slingshot. Go.
Attack.
Attack. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So you have those kind of morons or whatever doing the scenario-based training. This is not like that. There was no real right answer and there was no real wrong answer. There was the decision that you made, and you're going to have to make the educated decision on whether or not you were okay with the decision that you made. Right. Or could you have improved, or could you have done something differently?
Can I stop you real quick? Hold on. Justin, if you're listening, remove the Uzis and slingshots from the POI. Oh God.
No, bro.
Well, it sounds to me like that, where you're saying there's no right answer, there's no wrong answer. The answer isn't, they're not looking for an answer in that equation. The answer comes while you're sitting against that brick wall, reflecting about the decision you made. That's your answer.
Right.
Right. So it's that's why I've always been kind of a fan of Craig Douglas, just kind of watching, and I want to get into a class with him.
Good luck, man.
Yeah, that's the challenging part is, he, just like, Kent and I were both looking at classes that we wanted to do together, and just like trying to get in with some of the bigger names, some of the more popular guys, like John Lovell with Warrior Poet Society.
Daddy Lovell.
Easy, Zach. Easy.
But guys like that, and you look at their training calendar for like the next decade and it's all sold out. Yeah. So it's challenging. But as I'm reading through the course material, the course descriptions, watching videos of him, just kind of explaining his course offerings and things like that, it really speaks to kind of the way that I would love to experience that type of a lesson plan. So it's very transcendental.
Right.
So
I mean, at the end of the whole class, because everybody had to go through, and at the end of it, I'm trying to remember exactly how he said it. It was something along the lines of, I've created this little room inside your head, right? And it's going to be completely up to you from here on out, from this moment moving forward. It's going to be completely up to you whether you shut that door and leave it behind and never visit that room again, or you try to fill it with useful content and do something with it. If you're not happy with the decision that you made, with the decisions that you made, you can change that. But it's up to you to go out and seek out that information and know how to change it. Like you're going to have to work at it. You're going to have to put some serious work and effort into educating yourself correctly and experiencing this type of thing correctly, and doing something with this. And the other thing, and this is not the first time I've ever heard this, I thought, but I love the way he presented it in the very beginning. He explained that folks often say that experience is the best teacher, when in fact it's actually one of the worst ways to learn through experience. Because if you think about it, you to experience combat of any kind, all right, you're risking life, limb, and all sorts of other very important things to yourself, right? You're risking all of these things. Yeah, does it teach you something? Absolutely, but there are better ways to achieve a learning experience than just inserting yourself into this freaking fire pit or this unknown, right? So I thought that was really important to address in the beginning of the class, explaining to students that this type of scenario-based training and this type of training in general, everything that you're gaining here at Tac-Con, this is all useful content to help prepare you for these types of scenarios. You just have to know how to play it all out. You don't have to be inserted into a freaking dogfight in order to really be a pro, I guess you should say.
Yeah, you don't need to set your house ablaze to learn how to be a firefighter.
Hey, yeah, absolutely.
Very nice. I like it. So let's see. Now we got Zach. What was your favorite? Your absolute favorite. All the others sucked. This one was the best. That's what you're saying.
I can answer this for you.
I know you can, and I'm going to get there. I will say Tatiana Whitlock's class was, if it weren't for this other class, hers would have been the best. It was incredible. It was how to teach, how to create a curriculum, how to get across to students. I have to mention that because it was that good.
Tiffany Johnson, homie.
Yeah,
I was going to say Tiffany Johnson.
Oh, yeah.
He's got Whitlock on the mind.
No, I've got her class coming up, and I was writing some stuff down. My brain's fart mode. It's been a long day, fellas. I had a flat tire and a mower breakdown, and it's going to cost me like over $1,000 to fix. Like there's a bunch going on.
Sounds like a country song.
Yeah. Anyways, Tiffany Johnson's class was awesome. What was the
instructional design?
Instructional design. Thank you.
Yep.
Incredible. But my favorite was Brian Hill's. Brian Hill, it was awesome. First off, Tim Herron, Carl Wren, and Jedi were all in the class too. And I was shooting side by side with these guys. Never met these guys. Never shot with these guys before. And then we were on relay 1, and then relay 2 would step up, and they basically, while Brian asked them to help teach and help coach and stuff like that. So it was really cool because I got taught by Brian Hill, Tim Herron, Carl Wren, and Jedi all in one class. So they were just giving me little snippets here and there, and it was really cool. Tim was just walking by. Tim Herron was just walking by, and he was just like, "Hey, you're meeting your hands out here instead of here." And I was like, "You're full of crap." I didn't say that, of course, and I knew he was right because he's a genius. And but he said that, and I was like, "What?" And I noticed my next draw. I was like, "Oh my gosh, you're so right." The best part, though, about Brian Hill's class was more of the mental side for me. It was. Why? What's funny?
Fucking Trey is just counting on you like a motherfucker.
I hate you, Trey.
So for those playing the podcast game, Trey's comment says, "Watch out, Daddy Level. Rover has a new man."
I'm the chopping block. Me and Ken talked about this today. I'm the chopping block. That's okay. No, but it's okay. I'm done. I'm done. I'm taking my ball and going home.
Brian Hill. Yeah. Brian Hill.
I don't want to play anymore. I don't want to play anymore. No, he was great. It was more the mental side for me. It was he noticed some things about me, and he asked me a question, and he was just like, "You got ADD, don't you?" And I was like, "Oh, dude, off the charts." And he said,
Skipper.
Yeah, he said, "You're slowing down." He said, "No joke, I really have a connection with you." He said, "You're my favorite here." And the reason why is because my wife is the exact same as you. He said, she's ADD, and if you try and slow her down, it's difficult. And he was just like, stop trying to slow down, stop overthinking, and do it. And a couple of comments they all made, I wrote this down. It was
Brian Hill likes me.
Yeah. Tension's the enemy of speed. Stop overthinking and shoot. Tim Heron said positive self-coaching always.
Ooh, I got a good one for you on Tim. Ooh.
Okay. Brian also said, he says, don't focus on relaxing, just relax. He said either be or don't be. And Jedi, he had a little more choice words, and I'm just going to say it. He said, stop thinking, quit being a bitch, and speed up and fucking go. And I was like, oh, it makes sense.
That's our Jedi.
Yeah. So I did. But it was cool. It was more of the mental side for me of, hey, because when I shoot, my shoulders are so tense all the time and everything's so tense. And Frank, if you kind of see this in a little different light of why I enjoyed that so much. But it made sense to me because I overthink too much, and I get in my own head. And when I dropped my shoulders and relaxed, and I was just better, felt better. What you got, Frank?
Whose tea kettle's going off? It's like a high pitch. Okay, never mind.
Not mine.
You guys.
So there's a I took one of Brian Hill's courses also, and it was actually one of the only shooting courses I got to enjoy or take part of. And but Brian Hill was very people oriented. So everything he talked about, it was very I'm here to serve you. I want to show you the best you that you can be. Just very like. He could care less about the shooting. It was more of, let me show you how to be the biggest, best person that you can be. And he was very like inspirational in that way. And like, so Zach, I think day one, you took a Brian Hill course of Brian Hill.
Yeah, it was first day.
And and I was literally the very last block on the very last day with Brian Hill. And as soon as the class started, as soon as you start talking, I'm like, oh man, I know why Zach, I know why that connection's there. And it was very, not being so down on yourself, just, being the best person that you can be and be positive on yourself. Again, he was a sharp presenter.
Sure.
Definitely somebody that we're probably going to go back to and pick up some more stuff from. But
and I definitely will. That he was my absolute favorite.
One of the guys I haven't got to yet, man.
Yeah,
it's right here in front of me, man. I haven't got
everything that I've been through in life the past year or two has just been all over the place, and he really helped me out. It was a good reminder of, hey, just be or don't be. Chill out, stop overthinking, and just do it. Have fun, enjoy. There's a lot to it. That was my favorite, though.
Yeah, man. I mean, and what he teaches works. I mean, it really does. Seen it firsthand. So I mean, it's fantastic.
Yeah, it worked for me.
Fantastic. Again, not teaching anything revolutionary. It's the same thing, just the way he presents it and the way that it comes, the way that he comes across and the way that he makes you think about it. It's first notch. Yeah. I mean, it really is.
Yeah. And for me, it actually was a little revolutionary again. I mean, of course, training with Tim and you and Kent and everybody else, like, you guys have taught me a lot about stop overthinking, just do it, have fun, enjoy all that stuff. But the way he got across to me, I'm definitely going to take some classes with him again because it was totally worth it. So, yeah. I see things smoking again.
Yeah, I do too. So that's awesome. You found a new summer love. That's fantastic.
I did.
Brian, let's see. So how many of these people? So far, like many of the people mentioned are former show guests on this here show. So that's fucking awesome news, right?
Hey, Landon said his best class for him was Lee Standing Your Ground.
Oh, another.
That was his fave.
Show guest. Awesome. I like it. All right. So that was your favorite. Now tell me who did a terrible, terrible job. Anybody want to? No? Okay.
I can flip this around. I can flip this around. Biggest surprise
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah. What class did you like? Maybe it was somebody you hadn't heard of. Rising star of Tac-Con, we'll call it. Right. Who's the one person that you're like, I've never heard of this person before. What the hell are they talking about? And then you, out of morbid curiosity, maybe you heard about the class and were pleasantly surprised.
So I don't know if anybody's Ken, you know a ton of different instructors throughout the industry and that sort of thing. Does the name Tiffany Johnson ring a bell?
That's exactly who I was going to say.
That's who I was going to say too.
Yeah, she's been on the show, man.
Tiffany Johnson. Yeah, that's right. She has been on the show.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't think she's very well known, like really well known in the industry. She seriously needs to be. Her lectures are just, my God, spot on, man. Extremely informative. Man, it was excellent. I actually reached out to her. We're trying to put together a little webinar. Kent, you might have gotten that email today.
He already replied.
Yeah,
already replied. Hell yeah.
Awesome.
Hell yeah.
That's who I would say as far as the I wouldn't call her a rising star. Hell, she's been doing this for quite some time, but she's just not somebody that gets a whole lot of spotlight outside of the range master or Tac-Con community that I'm aware of, at least. I might be off base saying that, but she's definitely one that stood out to me.
Yeah, no, I can get down with that, because like even when Kent had her come on the show, I'm like, who? And went and looked her up. I'm like, okay, I mean the creds are there, right? On paper looks good. Tell you what, man, probably one of the most articulate and
it's because she's a lawyer.
Yeah, true.
But still, like, no, but like just we weren't even talking about law stuff.
Good.
Just the way she was able to just keep just go back and watch the podcast, folks. If you haven't seen it before, go back and look at it. You'll get at least a sampling of what Tim is speaking to. I'll second that. Definitely needs to be more Tiffany Johnson in the industry, right? Like, that name needs to be up there.
Yeah, in the class that she actually taught, she told us at the very beginning of it that she never taught that at Tac-Con before, and she's actually never applied that to firearms before.
It was supposed to be an inside joke with her and Lee Weems, wasn't it? Something like that.
Yeah, but it was the first time that she had done that, because Tom was like, "Hey, I want you to teach this here," and she was like, "Okay," and you could tell that she was kind of just a little bit at first. She was like, "I hope people like it." And the last class we were in, it was the last class of the day. It was like after everything, all the competitions, all that good stuff, and it was like the last couple hours, and everybody was like, "Oh my God."
Kent, you probably remember the text, man. I was like texting the guy. I was like, "Get in here now! I can only see this one seat for so long." There were people standing up in the back, dude. It was packed. That place was so packed.
Yeah, but I learned so much from that class, and she's awesome.
Yeah,
sorry.
No, just for reference, folks. Episode 49 of the podcast is where you'll find Tiffany.
Yeah.
So, I took a different class that Tiffany taught or lecture, and that was on AI and her on being an AI and what all that entails. And I mean, even that was just fantastic. It really was. It was a terrific presentation, and a lot of what I've heard. I didn't take those lectures with them, but a lot of what I had heard as far as like her presentation style and what she brought was just absolutely spot on. Hey, Miss Dawn made it.
Landon, I like your comment about grip the gun, break it in half. I can't comment on this, so I just had to slide that in there.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, you can, but I'm not even going to.
No, I really can't. Like, I can't do nothing.
Oh my goodness!
I'm on tablet mode.
So Zach, what was your biggest surprise, Zach?
It was the Tiffany class.
So 3 on Tiffany.
Yeah, I was so tired, and I was like, I'm really excited. I want to learn, and I was like, but I'm going night. And the moment she started talking, I was like, poof. And I just started going to town on my phone, and I was taking notes and thinking, and she got my brain firing probably more than most of the weekend.
You don't have much of a choice, man. She put you to work in her lecture.
Yeah, she did.
I mean, she will put you to work. So there's group exercises and stuff like that. And it was really good.
And we told her at the end of it, we were like, hey, you need to make sure Tom does this every year, because out of most of the classes I took, like it was one of the best.
Yeah.
So
that's awesome. Okay, so next question on my panel of questions. What did you take away that you intend to immediately use with students?
That's a good question.
I know that's because I'm the podcast guy.
Oh, I got this.
You act like
go ahead.
I'm going to steal one from Brian Hill, and that's stop pushing for it. Just relax. Let it come. Just let it come naturally. The biggest thing was and again, I saw fruits of this was just how hard is it? Like, okay, we want to set a time and we want to meet or beat this time, whatever it may be, and we push and we push and we push and we push and we push, and the more we push, the slower we get. I mean, we really want to achieve that goal, so we're constantly like going at it. And a lot of times, and I know I've done this, and I've done this with people that are hearing the podcast, is I'm like, all right, get it, push it, come on, go, let's go, come on, keep going, right? Get it. I see, I think I've been made aware of, from this course that I took with him, that may not, I mean, that's good, but it may not be the most optimal way of getting the result that we're trying to go for. So I just added a new tool to my tool bag of, okay, well, instead of getting so excited, which I have a tendency to do, I have a tendency to just get really amped up, is maybe I just need to do the whole woosah, breathe in through your nose, yoga, do the whole, range yoga. And, it may actually be more beneficial than not. So, I mean, that was it for me for absolute sure. Now there's some other really good things. One of the other classes I took actually with Landon also was with appendix draw, and that was a class I had mentioned that it was just about everybody in that class, shy of a couple of guys, were like new to appendix draw. And again, it was obvious, just based off of the type of gear that they're wearing, and just how comfortable they were as far as the draw and stuff like that. But and I don't remember that guy's name. He was another Texas local. Landon, if you remember that guy's name, let me know. Anyway, actually, I got his book. Anyway, I'll look it up here in a second. But the way that he went about explaining just appendix draw, and the way that he just his disposition of, look, I'm not gonna. There's a ton of good things that you can do, and it's just very upbeat, and it was again presented well. The information was presented well. Application was a little bit different, but the way John Daub, that's it, John Daub, crazy looking dude, real tall Asian dude. I mean, just not crazy looking guy. But anyway, he had a very neat way of going about, and was very energetic about the way that he was presenting the information. Again, all information that we've all have already heard before, but just his energy was just, you couldn't help but to get excited. You couldn't help but to be like, yeah, I'm going to buy into everything that you're talking about right now, except for that thing. It was just one of those. Showing that kind of energy to a student, I think, is regardless if this is the 1,000th time that we've explained this exact same concept, we really need to put forth the time and really put forth the energy of, imbuing and doing that same thing and being as excited as we were the first time we taught it. I think that, again, that's something else that I'll be taking on moving forward.
Gabe White. I've already been using quite a few things that I took from Gabe White's course. Another exceptional presenter, like excellent class. Let's see, I wrote down deep confidence and rapid performance from a ready position. Right. What does that mean to you?
I don't know, but who's ever beat booping?
I'm not getting any beat boops, man. I
Yeah,
heard
it. It was Frank.
Yeah, it's got to be
Frank's
Frank.
grinning.
Frank,
My bad.
stop your goddamn song.
We did a dry fire drill.
Sorry, Tim.
We did a dry fire drill on what I would refer to as reset and recovery, just being able to manage recoil efficiently and resetting your trigger while you're in recovery. And he had a really interesting perspective on, trying to beat that your sights back, or sorry, get to the wall of the trigger before your sights get back to the target. And as soon as they arrive, press hard, like go for it. Instead of just like click, slowly add pressure, bang, click, slowly add pressure, bang. And there's this one drill he was using. It was a dry fire drill. And he would say, go out on target, click. All right, now leave your finger pin back all the way to the rear, rack your slide. All right, now go ahead and position your firearm to where you would think that you are at peak recoil. All right. And then as you're bringing the gun back down from peak recoil, reset the trigger and press the shot as soon as the sights re-arrive back on target. And so when it sounds a little confusing when I'm trying to explain it, but when you do it over and over and over again, I was like, man, this is actually starting to work. I actually used it on a student today, and I actually built off of it a little bit. So I used a ball dummy technique, and it did, man. It really it helped one of our students get a better grasp on reset and recovery, and it made him a lot quicker, a lot more accurate as well. So I've already been using stuff that I've learned from Tac-Con. That was just one of the tiny things I learned from Gabe White. Probably the best thing that I really liked, with all of the fancy words that he loved to use, was, let's see, disorganization is the enemy of safety. And I can really get on board with that, because we're always talking about, leaving no single point of failure in terms of, designing our safety protocol at the range and that sort of thing. And his safety brief was like, man, you weren't letting anything slip by that. You weren't letting anything slip by that dude, period. So it was really, really well ran. And like I said, I've been emulating a lot of what I learned from Gabe.
Very, very cool. Okay. Next question. Who heard something that they've been hearing for years, and all of a sudden, because somebody else said it, it clicked and it worked?
Zach.
Mr. Cox.
Why do you say that to me?
Because there were on several occasions you're like, he told me not to tense up my shoulders. I'm like, yeah, I've never said that to you. Nope.
Yeah,
I've never noticed that, Zach.
Never.
I would say
been
that
said to
I'm
Zach.
probably the biggest proponent of that this entire weekend. Is I've heard it a bazillion times, all of it, and for me, it just clicked. I was worried so much about speed and so much about trying to get better and better and better that when I finally took some of these classes, I realized it didn't matter about better or worse. It mattered about just listening and listening to all the training that Tim and Frank and Kent and everybody else that has ever taught me, just finally listening and doing it. So, and you skipped me, butthole.
What?
I never answered the last question.
Oh, go ahead.
I don't even know what the question was, dude.
That Rover shit. That's the Rover shit right there.
Yeah, dude.
Oh my god.
Oh, takeaway to the students.
Yes.
Let me blast that real quick. No joke, the Jedi stuff. Jedi in the stance and his grip. That is what I'm going to be teaching students and see what changes. I'm real curious about it because he explained it super well, and how to stand and how to get, even with Brian Hill. So I'm taking like Brian Hill stance, Jedi's grip, Tim Herron's holster draw and grip, and I'm gonna try a couple of things the next time I start teaching some students, and I'm gonna test some things out. It's cool how to get low and get a good base, how to get a good fighting stance, have some good balance, how to grip the gun slightly differently than what I do, which I've been playing around with. It's interesting, but I'd like to try it on some students that actually are like, I guess, that have a really good proficiency in some of this stuff that if they try something new, it's not going to completely mess them up. You know what I mean? But yeah, but yeah, I need to listen more.
Yeah.
And no, we don't know where the high pitch line is coming from.
Yeah, no, I'm over here like playing beatbox or muting mics like a motherfucker, and I can't figure it out. So
what's it doing? A high pitched squeal?
It sounds like somebody's like.
It sounds like an audio test. I kind of want to go.
Yeah,
it just goes wee.
Yeah. At first, I wanted to blame Frank's soldering iron.
It's not me.
But
I've turned it off. I've turned it on. Like it's not me.
yeah, because folks, during before the show,
Is it
Frank's
me?
over here carrying all of his shit onto his desk. I'm working on the doomsday machine here.
yeah. I don't know. So what I'm gonna do is when whoever's talking, I'm muting everybody else. FYI. So if you got something to jump back in, unmute yourselves.
Is it doing it when I talk?
Yeah,
So it's me.
it might be you.
Dadgummit.
Hey, dadgummit.
All right, well, I'm gonna plug. Give me a thumbs up if it's me.
How about we mute you for a second?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think it was his headset.
Yeah,
It's Zach.
Zach. Okay. So Zach, yeah, I know you can hear us. You're talking into nowhere.
Now
It's that fruit product. That's what it is.
Now
It's
the
'cause it's
downside.
Snapple.
Now the downside is, Zach, you're going to have to jump out and jump back in because you've disconnected your mic and it's messed up in your settings.
Yeah, it's all good. We'll get him fixed.
Hey, but good news is I just heard my dog bark, so Trey's probably here, or I have an invader, but probably Trey.
Fantastic. And it would appear to me that Zach's trying the same mic again, which can't possibly go any worse. Let's see how that goes.
Yeah, your mic's still not connected, Zach. And Tim's still muted.
This makes for fucking great radio.
I've been shuffled, and I was muted.
Am I whistling?
Nobody puts baby in a corner.
Not at the moment. I think we might be in the clear, Zach.
Tim's back of the bus now.
Good Lord. How bad was that?
It was bad.
wasn't-
It was driving me nuts.
Well, we're all wearing
Was it?
headphones.
Dadgummit.
So
I couldn't hear nothing. It's been quiet the whole time.
screw it. We'll fix it in post. Kent, on with the question, sir.
Yeah, Tim will fix it when it goes to the
Oh, my
goddamn.
Lord.
It'll be fine. Instead of a beeping noise, it'll just say Zach.
It's always me, man. It's always my fault.
My goodness. So I had asked what did you use going to pick up with students, and then I had asked about I forget what, because that fucking ear piercing ringing murdered my brain. So let's move on. What did you hear that you've been hearing for a minute, but it finally clicked for you? So Landon jumped in and said pinkies. He didn't know you were supposed to use the bottom half of his hands to shoot. Oh, yeah. He had no idea. Apparently that's a thing for him. So that's good. Pinky pressure, specifically support hand torque on pinky pressure, is a good thing. Ask me how I know.
What about Jedi too?
What about you, Tim? What you got? You hear some shit that you've been hearing?
Man, I can't think of anything off the top of my head right now.
You're just too good a shooter. You already knew it all.
No. There was so much. What's up, Trey? Joel the third. Sorry, I had a rover moment. He moved me over to his side, and now all of a sudden I'm ADD.
Chopping block.
No, man, there's still so much information in my head right now that I'm trying to digest. It's crazy.
Yeah,
no, man, I've got a ton of awesome takeaways, but nothing that I just had something click.
Gotcha. No light bulb moments.
I have several of those. I don't know how to describe it, I guess. Put it into words.
Okay. What about you, Mr. Frank?
He's muted.
And he's muted.
Nobody wanted to talk to you anyway, Frank.
Can't hear you, Frank. Can't hear you, Frank. Yeah, all screwed up. Just completely derailed the show. Otherwise, great show. And Frank has to
See you later, Frank. And he's back. I've been shuffled again.
It's okay. We'll keep you in the bottom. Frank, you're going to have to reset.
So
he's not even talking. He
got something else, Kent?
Hey, hit unmute. Mine was muted at the very bottom.
Oh my God.
We're going to let them fuck themselves.
Not for nothing. We've only done this 71 other fucking times, but here we are with this nonsense. Jesus Christ. This show has been brought to you by Cheap Apple Headphones. Order yours today. www.greenmountaindefense.com/affiliate-links, where you can find our Amazon link. Everybody's getting a new set of headphones.
Mine's never done that before.
Let's see. No, dude. I honestly, you know what I really believe it is? I believe that like Zuckerberg and whoever at Google and whoever else is just like, let's fuck with the gun people. There's somebody spinning a knob somewhere.
Not a conspiracy at all.
Right.
Totally true.
Oh my God. Don fucking telling us the professionalism is overwhelming. Don, I'm going to make you shoot so many B8s this week. You have no idea. Talking shit, homie. You could be shooting B8s from 100 yards. Let's go. Don't even fuck with me. Oh my God. All right. So now let's get on to the competitions. So there were some competitions shot at Tac-Con, and I recognized a lot of the names on that first page, right? So the folks from Apache Solutions did real well. That's always good to see, right? It's got to be good to take a cadre of people out there and have them not stink up the place. So that's always nice, right? Why doesn't somebody jump in and tell me about how the competitions went, how they were shot, and all that good kind of stuff?
Landon said, ew.
It's a good group of guys that went over there and gal and did some shooting. I heard Doc was there too. I'm assuming he was doing chiropractic adjustments on the side of the line.
Yes,
right.
Absolutely.
It's always good to take a chiropractor with you. But no, seriously, like so for me to be the guy not at Tac-Con, and for me to be like beepsy boopsy, let's go see how my buddies are doing. And oh shit, like look at who's on the top of that list, right? And none of y'all did poorly. Nobody did poorly at all, right? And then to see like Kirk and somebody else and Jedi and Tim and somebody else and Zach, and I was like, shit, man, look at it. Like my boys are out there smoking it. So first of all, Tim, was it $100 or $200? What did you have to pay Tom? You had to slip some money into somebody's front left pocket. I know you did, especially for Zach. So you had to pass around some hundreds.
No, man, these guys showed up with some pure skill for sure. So the way the match worked, to answer your questions, you showed up, I guess this is like a classifier or a qualifier or something along those lines, right? On Friday or Saturday, you have your individual time to go and shoot. So you go out there and there'll be a few guys on the line and you're shooting. And there's a series of fire, and you've got to do X, Y, and Z in certain time limit and that sort of thing. And if you get a certain score or higher, then you move on to the next chopping block, right? Which is what did we shoot? It was on a B8, a bill drill. We shot a bill drill.
Basically,
essentially that's what it was, and it was a combination of our scores from the initial course of fire and the bill drill that puts you on the list or didn't put you on the list for the top 16. So they picked 16 shooters to move on to the final pistol match, right? And so out of the 16 shooters, Trey, Zach, and myself made it in the top 10. So that was really awesome to see. There was 179?
I think it's 179.
It's like 170 some odd shooters there.
Something like that.
So it was
minus me. So there's that.
Yeah, Frank was sick as a dog.
Poor Frank was praying to the porcelain gods all night.
Bro, it was bad.
Food or something, man.
Vomiting.
That was terrible, dude. But and then we go on to on Sunday, the high shooters in the ladies division and the high shooters in the open division moved on to compete in the final match, and it was a 1-on-1. So you're competing side by side against another shooter, and so they had you had a shootout. So there was
it's fun.
It was pretty wild. Yeah,
it was intense.
Had to fall down, and you had to shoot it in sequence. You had to shoot them in sequence, which means you have to freaking follow through, right? And there is the last target was at 15 yards. It was a what do you call those? It was a popper. It falls down. It's like a 5-inch disc or something like that at the end is pretty much what it was. And so you had to hit that at 15 yards. And when the first one to make that fall down wins the match, and it's the best 2 out of 3. So you just start eliminating one person at a time throughout the course, and then you eventually get down to the last 2 shooters, and that's pretty much how it sums it up. So, and then as far as the list, like the 1 through, they gave out plaques for the champion, the guy who did the best in the final match, and then they gave out 4 awards to the top 4 shooters in the classifier, or the what do you call it? the
preliminary.
Yeah, that's
shootout. Yeah, whatever it was.
Yeah. So that was pretty awesome, man. It was really what I'm most proud of in that is this is the first competition that Trey has ever competed in, the first competition that Zach had ever competed in, Doc, everybody. It's the first competition that all of them had really ever competed in, besides me. And the only thing I've done is like Glock matches and stuff like that. I haven't gone out and did the whole IDPA. Hell, I didn't even learn what a Comstock drill was until last December, or last January. I mean, so anyway, I was really proud to see those names up there, man. This being their first time, that was pretty amazing. And there were a lot of really good shooters there. A lot of really good.
I cannot wait to get you boys shooting some IDPA and some USPSA, and all right, you'll appreciate it for sure. It's awesome that you guys did so well, right? What are you laughing at?
Zach's just trying to figure out where he's going to find a fishing vest.
Exactly. No, I have plenty of fishing vests.
I have shot numerous IDPA matches.
I have one right in there.
I'm just kidding.
Never with a fishing vest. A photographer's vest, however.
I need a Hawaiian shirt.
Oh my goodness, you guys! I tell you. So, no, in all seriousness, right? Like, some of the best shooters in the business were over there. And I guess y'all are going to have to get used to the fact that you are some of those people. So enjoy that. No pressure or nothing. Right. So that's one of those things that, you should very, very, very much be proud of. But more importantly than that, right? Like, you also took a bunch of people wearing your logos, and you all poofed and you went out into ether and you all interacted with different people at different times. You took a cadre of people out there and had interactions with perfect strangers, potential clients, other instructors and all that. So from a business sense, right, you guys also represent well and go out into the shooting community. And hey, we're the guys from freaking North Carolina, and we're serious about this. Nice to meet you. So the next part of my questions is really going to focus around business and networking. And who did you meet that you were like, God damn, that's a good connection. Like, that's somebody I'm going to keep up with and keep in touch. There's plenty of business opportunity, but also this community is full of good people that want to help each other, right? So you guys, I'm sure, all had opportunities to help other people on the line and other people at the place. And then, of course, meet some folks. So who'd you meet that you were like, damn, that's a good connection. That's going to come in handy someday. I hope we can do more things together.
Let me first interrupt and say that Lee Weems is a prospect.
He got patched in, man. He got patched in. It's official.
It's official.
You're going to be posting a picture of that on Facebook, Lee.
It's official.
Anyway, there's a running joke he was talking about how we looked like a bunch of, we looked like a huge gang walking around flying our colors everywhere. All over Tac-Con. We were so spread out at every booth or every shooting.
I had 7 classes and I only took it with one person.
But what's that?
I said I had 7 classes, 6 or 7 classes, and I only took it one class with one other Apache person, and it was Doc.
Yeah.
Everything else, I didn't do anything with y'all.
So to all those 7 of you. All those 7 classes that only had Zach in them, we're sorry. We can do better. There are other people.
No, man. Seriously, as far as I'm always telling these guys that we have something to offer. Apache does have something to offer. We have something special. We've been told that. I seriously believe it, and we do have something special to offer. And so I'm always. I'm explaining to these guys, hey, we need to leave a tattoo everywhere we go. We need to let people know that exactly what you just said a while ago, Ken. We're here and we're serious. It's nice to meet you, and make a good representation of who we are, as a business or as a team. Because we are trying
as individuals also. I mean, everywhere we go, we've had conversation about this multiple times. Like-minded people seek out like-minded people. That's just the way it is. That's the way that we got hooked up, with Kent and TJ, and why Zach showed up. To be honest, Zach and like Landon, it's a little more than a year. It's crazy, the growth. Yeah. But like I said, like-minded people find like-minded people, and the thing, it doesn't matter where you go train. Like, I've had an opportunity to go just within the past year, Washington State, Texas, all over the place. And you end up finding people in your backyard, like literally in your backyard. You travel all over the place and thousands of miles from home, and you got somebody that's less than 30 minutes from here that's at that same conference. Stuff like that is just wild. But anyway, I think that's one of the reasons that makes our group special is, for the most part, all get along very well. We're all focused on kind of the same end goal. We just have different avenues of getting there. And we just keep finding more people, and they just keep hanging around. So apparently we're doing something somewhere.
Yeah.
Very true.
Yeah, but as far as Range Master goes, Tac-Con was a great place for us. You could definitely tell, like-minded people find like-minded people. And we met a ton of awesome folks there. Got a chance to sit down with John and Sarah Hoffman. Met John Farnham. Met Craig Douglas, Gabe White, and all. Man, just name it. I tried to make a point to meet somebody new every single day, at least one person. And Frank can attest to this. I struggle, man. I struggle with hi, my name's Tim Kelly. Nice to meet you. I really struggle with that, but I was forcing it. And then Frank didn't show up on Saturday. So I had everybody going, get out there, man. Go, go, go. So I had to make myself go and do it, man. That's tough for me. But I was proud to see Zach doing it, man. He was out there talking to me. He's a damn social butterfly anyway.
I'm Rover, bro.
Talking to people. And I think each of us can say that we all made at least one new friend while we were there. you know. So or
I made
at least
42.
one new contact, you know, huh?
I made 42.
Jesus.
Dude, I can't tell you how many friend requests I've gotten in the past few days. It's been unreal.
Well, you know, when you're giving it, never mind.
True.
So, real quick, all I would say about it is this, right? Like, you dudes, for the people that don't know these guys, from the perspective or vein or whatever that I do, it's so cool, right? Because y'all are dudes, and dudes are always going to be dudes, and like, you're gonna compete, and somebody's gonna outshoot somebody else, and somebody's gonna do well, and somebody's gonna I flubbed that drill, or I got this, or I got that, or whatever it might be, and we'll all talk shit, we'll all bust on each. Everybody has their fun, right? But Lord help you come from the outside and start talking some shit, because these dudes that ain't gonna go well for you, right? So I really, really appreciate the way that you guys do a good job of taking care of each other in these kind of places and events, because we all have times of imposter syndrome, or like, what the fuck am I even doing here? How am I even standing around these people, right? And you guys have done a great job of encouraging each other and pushing. I'll never forget the first time meeting Tim. Dude, you're exactly right. Trying to talk to you at that class was like trying to talk to a stump. I was like, come on, man, talk to me. You and I didn't connect until like almost the end of the first day.
Yeah.
And we were standing right next to each other all goddamn day. And I'm being my boisterous, goofy ass self. And you're over there like, I'm a Marine. Marines too. Like, think about how far you guys have come in just a short time you've done it, and where things will be. Jesus Christ, we'll be doing Sling'N podcast episode 329, Tac-Con 2030 AAR, and like, what's that going to look like in 3 or 5 or 10 years? What's the industry even going to look like? All that stuff.
I'm just going to say, if we're missing laser beams, I'm going to be very disappointed.
Right? Yeah, that's exactly right, Scott. Dudes are always going to be dudes. Kent Hauer. That's me. That's going to be on my tombstone.
I'll make it happen.
Yeah, we can make it happen.
I know a guy.
I love it. I know a guy. So
when you said that the heaven forbid an outsider come in and try to, I don't know,
throw some shade.
Try to pick on some of the guys or anything like that. We didn't have that experience at Tac-Con. You're not going to see that type of mentality. I mean, there was over 250 people there. Not counting the presenters and that sort of thing. There were a ton of people there, and you felt like you fit in everywhere you go. It was so easy to approach somebody and talk to folks there, because they were just, if you didn't do it, they were going to do it. They were going to do it first. So it was really easy to fit in there. You kind of felt it.
Sure. There's always still that. There's always social anxiety, though.
Sure.
You'd be fooling yourself. I couldn't talk about this when I was in my 20s. I can talk about it now. You'd be fooling yourself if you weren't like, hey, man, your party is a little starstruck, and party is a little like, there are all these people who know all these things, and I feel the need to run around in circles and get all I can get.
Mm-hmm.
That it's, I guess where I was going with that whole train of thought was, it must be real comforting to have like 5 or 6 of your best friends go do it with you.
Oh yeah, man.
And consider
it makes it easier for sure.
Consider the other perspective, which is I've been doing this solo for a long fucking time, bro. So like, these experiences that I've had over the years, I've always had to be that guy. If I wanted to or didn't want to, I had to stick my hand out first, because
right,
it's a different mentality versus like, hey man, we brought a chiropractor, a TV, and a grandma. Like we are up in this sumbitch. Like, we are here to stay, right? That's a more comforting feeling.
Oh, you better be careful, Ken.
Is she not a grandma?
She will whoop your ass, bro.
Well, she is a grandma, but still.
Right.
Still.
My
I would
point is,
tread carefully.
you brought a motherly influence with you besides Doc. You brought her in the car. You brought two adults.
Mama Dawn is Mama Dawn. I did not call her Grandma Dawn.
It was Miss Dawn the entire weekend, man.
Do you hear that, ladies and gentlemen? that quivering in Frank's voice.
It's no joke.
That's called fear.
The nervous laughter. No. Yeah. No.
Yeah, Landon just said she's giving you the look right now.
She probably is. I tell you what, though, she brought the most awesome gummy bears.
Oh man,
for the trip.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
there's that line again.
What was the place in Louisiana where she tried the crawfish for the first time too?
Oh, the place where I got honey.
The hole in the wall.
We had a conversation about this, honey.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then boss.
What I keep telling you after that was don't try and serve me shrimp when I ask for chicken or something like that.
Nobody has idea what we're talking about. So we went to this random just fish shack in Louisiana, right? This place was it's so podunk it didn't even have a name. It was literally called like the fish shack or something like that.
Hold it, wait. If Mr. Hooter and a drunk owl is calling someplace podunk,
it was in the middle of nowhere. Like it was somewhere like near Shreveport, but it wasn't quite Shreveport. It was like middle of nowhere. Anyway, so we get in. They got crawfish, all this good food. So we're like, let's do some cake. There we go. Zach got a picture of it up. Some good Cajun food, stuff like that. And I go ahead and order my meal. And, I ordered shrimp and crab cakes and some crawfish, something like that. And all the food comes out. And then my food was like this deep fried crap fish, like leftover fish that they just threw in, the bottom of the bladder. And
it was terrible.
It was bad. And I was like, I think I ordered the shrimp. And she was like, "Oh, honey, we had a conversation about this." Like, I was like, "Where the hell was I? Like, when did this conversation happen?" And
all of us were like,
we were like,
"No,
what?
You didn't. Nope, you didn't."
And anyway, well, I did not argue with her. I was like, "Oh, okay, I'm eating fish now. Like, there's plenty of plenty more food." But it was. And
then you got sick.
And then I got sick the next day. Or no, was it the next day?
No,
it was 2 days. I got sick 2 days later. But it was anyway. Well, so the rest of the week, or the rest of the trip, it was, now, honey, we talked about this just randomly. Like, my goodness.
These are the things that long since get remembered when all the stuff about the shooting and the teaching and the learning and whatever it's written down in the notebook and getting used sometimes, or sometimes it's not. Or these stories are just epic. The stuff that you get into and the broken down buses and but I still see there's one dude from there's a dude from the first AVD class that I still see on a regular basis.
Is it Ho?
No, it is not Ho. But no shit. Every time I see this guy, I walk into the place he works and he looks at me and just starts laughing. And I'm like, I didn't even do nothing. He's like, no, you brought the bus full of degenerates up from the south is what you did. And every person that's standing around us, this guy's always telling us, like, you should have seen this class. Phil was teaching this stuff. The Beverly Hillbillies came in his damn bus. Just the way the stories get told, it's freaking epic, man. I say that with my competition shooting buddies. We said this stuff, like the inside jokes that leave these times behind, man. Oh my God, they're valuable beyond measure. So
I can dig it, boss.
I don't know what's I can dig it.
Don't worry about it, boss.
Yeah, there was a waitress at
we went to where JFK was killed.
Yeah, we went to
it was cool, actually.
Allegedly.
Went to the Grassy Knoll, and there was this restaurant there we ate at. It was actually some really good food. But the waitress, what can I get you, boss? What can I get you, boss? All right, thanks, boss. No problem. What would you like, boss? And then every time, everything she said, it ended in boss.
24/7 boss.
I'm going to have this cheeseburger or whatever. She's like, okay, I can dig it. And move on to the next person. I'm going to have a glass of water. Okay, boss, I can dig it. I mean, she would say it so like with everything she said. Okay, boss,
it was overwhelming.
I can dig it.
Yeah, she was a new waitress. You know, she
was trying to Zach's brain. He was just like, stop.
Dude, it was overwhelming.
All that's going through my mind is Zach having one of those like out of body experiences, like when the guys get pulled over in Super Troopers and he starts hearing the echo. Like he's just sitting there listening to everybody order, and all he's hearing is boss.
Boss.
See, I didn't even get that.
Boss.
I didn't even get that because
I just started drinking.
TJ, you might be able to help out with this. I walked into this place, and you know, it's if some place has like, you know, the Wi-Fi password on their menu or something like that, you're like, okay, cool. You know, I'll hop on. You know, I'll check it out. And
no, you did not hop on.
Yeah, I did. Anyway, so I didn't. No. So their stuff was set up very poorly. We'll just say this. And it was the question got posed. Hey, how much do you want your meal to be? Like it was that bad. And so, you know, they're taking orders or whatever. I was like, you know what? I need to go talk to the manager. I need to talk to. This is bad. This is really bad. And you know, for my cell phone, and not doing anything crazy. And go ahead, and I pull up and we'll go talk to the manager, and he's you know, or talk to the bartender, and he's like, hey man, so who's the manager here? I was like, oh, that's me. Like, okay, cool. Let me show you something cool. You got your phone on you? You know, and I showed him a couple things. He was like, wait, what? You can do what? You can no, you can't do that. That's impossible. Oh, okay. Well, watch this. You know, and you know, you change the menu, you know, price right in front of him, or that drink that I just ordered, the Bib and Tucker, and I just made it $1 when, you know, it's supposed to be $15 or whatever. And he was like, so what are you telling me? What are you showing me? So they're all, you know, having a good time, and I'm talking with the manager. We're like, okay, bud, I'm just trying to help you. I'm not trying to scam you. I'm just showing you what you're open to. So anyway, it was an interesting time. I got a free bottle of Irish whiskey out of that. But
for those playing the home game, the name of the diner at the Grassy Knoll is called the Carcano Cafe.
The Carcano Cafe. Yeah, no, it was.
That's funny as hell.
Am I the only one that got that, guys? Come on.
I did too.
That's funny as hell.
It was.
Please wait. It was Zapruders. That was the name of the cafe. Zapruders.
Magic bullet. Like, can you imagine the menu items? They have like the magic bullet. They have the El Presidente for some reason. They got the Secret Service. The whole menu is just nothing but like, wow, we done killed the president. So now you got a burger. I don't know what to tell you. Oh my God!
Someone is losing their job.
You should open that up, Ken.
Yeah,
you make a fortune.
It was
yes, Landon the rifle that the guy didn't use to kill the president.
That was a really interesting time when we went and checked that place out, because there was definitely a dude standing there selling people, or well, he was selling some DVDs, right? But he was telling people about the conspiracy behind the JFK shooting and that sort of thing, and he was. Oh man, he was really, really spinning that for sure. Yeah, the whole trip in Dallas, man, just walking around and checking that place out. That was really cool.
Yeah. So anyway,
sorry.
Oh my goodness. So real quick, let's let these dudes do their wrap ups. So the last question I'm going to ask you is this: if you could tell somebody something about, like, some dude is sitting there, I don't know if I'm going to go next year or what. If you had a piece of advice for a person who's going to attend Tac-Con, what would that piece of advice be?
Oh, that's easy. First, you're going to have to, I guess, follow Range Masters Facebook page, right? I think that's where you're going to see it first, right?
Yeah, follow
everything.
Follow everything.
As soon as it posts the date, as soon as the date posts for the next Tac-Con, just click on the link and buy your tickets. It's really that simple. Just sign up. Seriously, and you will have to do it fast. I think Tom said something out the other day that it sells out. It's usually sold out by October or something like that. So buy it quick. Just don't ask, should I go or anything like that. Just go. If you haven't experienced it, you should definitely go.
Yeah, even Lee says sign up early.
What about you two? Frick and Frack. Who wants to go first? Frick or Frack?
Go ahead, Frack.
So I would say don't get food poisoning. So that would be my big thing. That made for an unpleasant
anything.
Don't drink the water.
Whole time.
That made for an unpleasant day too. But no, seriously, signing up early and bring something to take notes with, because there is just so much information. And if you don't take notes, you're missing out. Like you really are, because you may not realize what you're writing down, or may not realize like what note you just took until you go back and you like debrief and you like read back over everything the 5th, 6th, 7th, 20th, 30th time, and then something may just go ka-ting, that's what they were talking about, or it's just made a brain connection there. So, being able to put that through and to talk about that. So that's what I would say. That was probably one of the things that I would take away from it.
Awesome. What about you, Zach?
I love that Landon just said, just sign up, boss.
I can dig it.
I can dig it. Thank you.
Put on the joke now.
I would agree with the notes thing. I've learned from these guys, all of you guys, that every class bring notes, take a bunch of notes. It's worth it. And I started doing it on my phone. I also had a little notepad, stuff like that. But if you do sign up for it, get ready to learn. Get ready for things to be changed.
Lee just dropped some early knowledge on us. For 2022, we'll be back at the Dallas Pistol Club. Signings will probably start with the next newsletter.
Cool. Nice. Yeah, they were talking about doing the Dallas Pistol Club again, and we were talking to Tom about that. He definitely wanted to do the same place. They liked it. We loved it. But I would say the best thing, people sign up. Get ready, because it's going to change you. We had a great experience because we got to hang out with a good group of people and the Apache crew, so that was a good part of the fun and all that stuff. But also just the classes in general. Every class I took with Tim Heron, Jedi, Brian Hill, Ashley Ray, Tiffany Johnson. I mean, a whole bunch of people. It's overwhelming and changed a lot of how I think and how I feel, and it's been real difficult to digest a lot of this, but trying. So totally worth it.
Awesome, guys. All right, so here's what we're going to do now. There's two of you on here that have been involved in this previously, and I don't think Zach ever has, so we're going to put it on him. First, no, this is easy, man. First things first, let's pick some recommended reading for the viewers at home. So what do you got that people should be reading? Even nobody cares, not gun related, whatever.
Last book I read, I haven't read lately. And I haven't read anything in the past month and a half, 2 months. Been too busy, but I'd say Dichotomy of Leadership. Yeah. Dichotomy of Leadership.
Okay.
By Jocko Willink, and what's that other guy's name? Yeah. No, it's a great book. I haven't had much time to read a lot lately. I've been balls to the wall. So it's a great book.
Okay, cool. And then part two, you get to pick a charity, my friend.
The charity I want to pick, I don't think is around anymore. Let's do Samaritan's Purse.
Okay. Tell me about it.
Samaritan's Purse is a Christian organization. My brother-in-law works with and for them. He's been doing that for a long time. But it's the Operation Christmas Child, the shoebox stuff. They send basically things for everybody. I mean, for all the family members. Could be toothpaste, could be toys, could be socks, could be everything during Christmas time to basically provide for people all around the world. And they do a whole lot more than just that. They do a crap ton of disaster relief, any kind of war, any kind of tsunami, whatever it is. They are one of the first ones on the ground. And they have awesome teams that go out and they do a lot of really cool stuff. So
nice, man. So Samaritan's Purse.
Yep.
So as is customary, the link in the chat is there. www.teespring.com/never-do-that is the show for this evening's episode. So if you guys want to go to our Teespring and purchase that shirt, the profits from its sale will be donated to Samaritan's Purse. Of course, you know the story. If you don't want to buy one of our T-shirts, you just want to donate directly, we'll have links to Samaritan's Purse in the show notes for you to find. But it's just a Sling'N podcast T-shirt that's got Tim Kelly's little catchphrase on it. Never do that again, which is actually not his catchphrase, but that's okay. TJ,
close enough.
T-shirt. It's close enough.
It's all right.
Don't ever do that again.
Thank you.
With a hard ever. So, Tim, would you please tell TJ not to ever fuck up the shirts again?
Hey, it's my shirt. I design them how I want to.
It's all right, TJ.
You inspired it in spirit, damn it. Just let it be.
Just don't ever do that again.
Yes.
Ever.
There's a button.
Do that again.
I don't have my button handy.
Yeah.
So I have my button.
Thanks, Frank.
If you want to buy one of our off-brand, knockoff, not quite the right saying T-shirts, go to www.teespring.com/TJ fucked it up, and you will get tonight's link to Samaritan.
Is that the actual website?
Yes, it will.
It will be now.
It will be now. See, Zach, what had happened was you got off the shopping block, and for a rare change, TJ found himself on it. Yeah, that is not normally what happens.
Well, it was only a matter of time, and if it was bound to happen, I knew it would happen with this particular panel of guests.
It's all right. It's back on me now, so you're good.
I love it. So round robin one last time. You gentlemen have the floor. Anything you want to plug, anything you want to talk about coming up, anything anybody else should know about, and then we'll move to close out the show. So hit it. Who's got something? Who's got a wrap-up statement? What you got, Tim?
Okay, so let's see.
Plethora of classes coming up.
Yeah. So we've got basic pistol this weekend. We're doing a first aid, CPR, AED certification course on Sunday. Get signed up for that. Let's see. Next weekend. Is it next weekend? It's next weekend.
Next weekend.
Not this weekend. The following weekend, we have Tatiana Whitlock is going to be down here. We'll be hosting her defensive handgun course, or 2-day defensive handgun course here. Really excited for that one. We've got, I think, 3 or 4 seats left. So if you want to get in, might want to jump on that quick. Let's see. After that, Frank and Joel Trey III will be traveling up to Xena, Ohio. It's the first time Apache Solutions has gotten the opportunity to stretch their legs outside of North Carolina boundaries. So we'll be teaching our Advancing Everyday Carry course in Xena, Ohio. Really excited about this one, man. We've actually got something special going on up there for that. We've got some new targets being made for that specific class. Pretty excited to put those to use. Let's see. As far as immediate this month, that's all we have going on. Next month, the courses that we have are Dave Spalding's coming down teaching his vehicle combatives course and his MRDS workshop. those are both sold out with. There are waiting lists if you'd like to inquire about it. Yeah, and then moving on, Ken Hauer is in August, so these are the courses you guys should be focusing on right now. Make sure you check us out on ApacheNC.com. Make sure to like us on Facebook and InstaFace and YouTubeagram and all of that jazz. We're trying to build up the YouTube presence a little bit more. Trey Joel's been doing a fantastic job with all our social media and our pictures and our videos. Got a lot of really cool stuff coming out. Got an interview with John and Sarah Hoffman of Filster. That video should be completed soon. Hopefully Trey's doing the final touches on that now. God, I'm sure I'm missing something.
What's Hatch Day?
Trey, get to work. Are you over there? I just seen Frank glance over there.
Hold on.
Get to work, Trey.
Where you been, Trey?
Get to work, Trey.
Trey, what you got for us? What you got to say?
Wait, hold on. The boss has something to say. Miss T's in the chat, and she's reminding us that the ducks and geese or whatever are being had.
Yeah, the ducks and geese are. We're gonna have more.
Tim's real excited.
We're gonna have more whittle ducks around the house.
Whittle ducks.
Yeah, more whittle ducks.
Will ducks.
Whittle ducks. That's Addie's word. Whittle ducks. Yeah, they will be here the weekend of Tatiana. Oh, that's fantastic. So, Tatiana, if you're watching this, you might have a few little ducks, whittle ducks, prancing around.
Whittle ducks. Whittle duck wings.
Oh, my goodness. You'll just see like a line of ducks and then Zach at the back of it. Like, where are we going? Hey, guys, where are we going?
That's normally what happens.
That's exactly what happened. Oh, my goodness. That's awesome. So, let's see here. Oh, God. I've got classes. GreenMountainDefense.com/training is where you can find them. Our next open enrollment thing that isn't sold out is June 26th for CCW Essentials. That's a 2-day. Then there's some open enrollment stuff in July. And in August, we'll be down at Timmy's Range wrangling the little ducks, teaching a kind of a hybrid competitor defensive shooting class down there. We're going to try out some cool new material on y'all, which I think you'll really, really dig. Well, the truth is we tried it all out on Justin. He's still in traction somewhere on the ground laying down. He ain't feeling it so good. So we figure you guys will like it just fine. Man, I get freaking more amazing, famous shooter people staying in my house than I can shake a stick at. So we're getting ready for the Jedis and the Timmy Herons of the world. There no shit are 2 slots left for Tim's student level class coming up, and there's a handful of slots for his instructor level class. Sounds to me like I got Dan Brady and Zach Cox and Tim Heron all staying in my house at the same time. So hide your kids, hide your wife. Interesting.
What could go wrong?
What could possibly go wrong? James is going to be like, Daddy, this was a poor life choice. Yeah. Yes, it was, boy. Yes, it was. And then, of course, private lessons, right? We are booking private lessons like you wouldn't believe. And we're going to be releasing a couple of the one-day handgun fundamentals that you guys like so very much. Let's see. What else? And finally, we have just begun to offer some medical stuff through GMD. No, Kent don't teach med classes. Kent went and found a doc to teach med classes because, stay the hell in your lane, right? So we'll be bringing that out. So the gun clubs that I'm associated with or a board member at are going to get first dibs at that. So Tupelo Hawk and Rifle and Pistol and West Shore Sportsman's are going to get the opportunity to have some med training put on by GMD. We're going to do free versions first, and then if it catches on, we might do a 1-day POI. You guys will get to watch me be the AI of all AIs, right? I'm going to be sitting there in a corner with my mouth shut, and this girl's going to do the talking. She's too legit to quit. So can't wait to have that. And Zach is giving me hand signals.
Too legit to quit.
Oh, okay. Thought you were asking, like, I have one more thing, two more things.
No, it's too legit to quit, bro.
Rodney gave us a little reminder. So for everyone playing the home game, the class that's going to be happening at Xena, the AEDC, you guys get a chance to earn one of TJ's knives at the class. So read up, that bad boy right there. So do a little bit of digging on the Instagram, see what the requirement is, and if you got it, maybe you get a knife. Maybe it works out.
Or maybe you don't. Just saying.
Or maybe you don't.
Maybe,
Maybe you don't.
Either way. Maybe in fact,
enough.
you want to see my knife that my best oh wait. Like you see, look at in this. No.
You want to see my knife? Kent's best buddy made me.
yeah. Uh-huh.
Sorry, but
I'm coming for you, Zach. Just you wait. Oh my God.
Yes, please.
So real quick, everybody, please support our charity for the night, Samaritan's Purse. If you do want to support this show, this is free content. Boy, Jesus, howdy, is it good content. www.greenmountaindefense.com/affiliate-links is how you can do that. You're going to buy gun stuff anyway. Somebody buy some stuff online besides Zach and give us credit for it. That'd be fantastic. Every time I check my reports, it's like North Carolina. Zach. Like, perfect, man. I love it. And of course, more than ever, keep following along with this here podcast. We really appreciate all the audio views. We really appreciate the shares and all that stuff. We might just make it big someday and like be able to buy Zach some headphones. That'd be fantastic.
I'm sorry.
No, it's all good, brother. I love you, man.
I'm gonna get my dad's ham radio headphones next time.
I love it. So
That's usually what I'm running.
You want to wrap us up and get us out of here? You got anything else?
Yeah, man, that does it for us, guys. Kent has said it before. I will echo it. One of the most precious things that we can give each other these days is time, and you guys have given us a full 2 hours of fantastic content and time with our audience, and we greatly appreciate having you guys on the show every time you're here. Tim, I apologize humbly for fucking up your famous quote.
All right, I'm going to do that again.
Yeah, I just will never do that again. Right? That's. Am I saying it right? Either way, guys.
It's don't ever do.
Yeah, I know. That was the joke. Welcome to 5 minutes ago. So, guys,
11 people watching right now are like, is this show seriously going to end? Because they're bullshit the rest of the night.
Yeah, but
we need to
folks,
record the aftermath.
Yeah, we would, however, be remiss if we did not mention Dark Angel Medical. Code BB15 Bravo 15 will get you 15% off at checkout. If you're going to carry a gun, you should be carrying medical. And if you're one of those people that choose not to carry a gun, damn it, you should still be carrying medical. So just do us the favor and leave a comment in your order notes that says the Sling'N Led podcast sent you, so Kerry knows that we're loving it, showing him some love from our side of the fence. Until then, folks, take care of each other. God bless you all. Get out and shoot.
All right. Well, I got the Primary Arms logo in there.